The Harmon's Chili Roast is so charming, and it's back now on Fridays and Saturdays through Labor Day, plus Labor Day itself. The best way to get great flavor out of green chilies is to roast them. And when you purchase a bushel of chilies, Harmon's will flame roast them right before your eyes at the store. Choose your own heat level. It's a celebration of roasted chilies all throughout the store, from chili cheese brats to hatch chili salsa. Head to your nearest Harmon's to check it out. Today on CityCast Salt Lake, we imagine Dolly Parton songs as Utah bookstores, talk through the University of Utah's dream for, quote, college town magic, and tell you the best thing we ate recently. I'm host Ali Vallarta. I'm here with producer Ivana Martinez.
Hi.
And CityCast Salt Lake contributor Molly Miloscia.
Good morning, Ali.
Hi, you two. The flags are at half-staff here in Utah, and that's for Dolly.
Yeah.
And that is not the governor's decision. That's by presidential proclamation. So in case you're wondering why the flags are at half-staff, it's for Dolly. And I think this feels like the biggest story of the week, both locally and nationally and globally. Mm-hmm. And in whatever black hole somewhere, I think people are mourning the loss of Dolly Parton.
We lost the people's princess, Ali. It's a big loss.
Again, because the first one was Princess Diana.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been incredibly sad. And then, of course, losing Tim Curry also this week. It's a lot. It's a lot. So we thought something that would be fun to do is to imagine some of our favorite local bookstores as Dolly Parton's songs, because of course, Dolly loved literacy.
She loved to read, and she loved to support reading.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
She was the first person in her family to graduate high school, and she had this cool literacy program where, depending on where you live, it was actually a global program, but depending on where you live, your zip code, you could sign up your kid, regardless of income, et cetera, to receive, I think it was a book a year, a couple books a year from, Aunt Dolly. And no questions asked, just wanted to encourage the kiddos to be reading. So
cool.
Pretty cool
I didn't
stuff.
even really know any of that either, because I feel like she quietly did so much good, which is so cool. But it's cool to see all of this kind of come to light and learn a little bit more about what she was doing.
Well, and also Dolly Parton recently teamed up with a Utah-based nonprofit to provide free books to Utah kids here in the state.
That's right. Her Imagination Library, that's the program I mentioned, was about to expand into Utah and is still going to expand into Utah, though she's no longer with us. Okay, Molly, why don't you kick us off? Tell us about some of the Dolly Parton songs that you are assigning some Utah bookstores.
Where should I start? I'm going to start with, a fan favorite. Well, should I start with the song or with the store? I'll start with the song.
Follow your heart.
So I'm going to start with our favorite romantic crisis song, Jolene.
Okay.
And I have assigned Jolene to Lovebound.
Really?
Now, you may think to yourself, I Will Always Love You should be Lovebound.
No.
But I don't know, if you think I feel like romance novels maybe a little more nuanced than that. Maybe the looming possibility of another girl stealing your man felt a little more like romance novel to me. So I picked Lovebound for Jolene.
I actually am going to tell you. So I assigned I Will Always Love You to down the street from Lovebound, the Legendarium. The sci-fi bookstore. Because I Will Always Love You, of course, a song that Dolly wrote to tell Porter Wagoner that she was leaving their show and going out on her own and choosing adventure and choosing herself and not going to be part of this fake couple TV duo anymore. But that she still loved him, but that it was time for something different. And I was like, that's some legendary ass shit to be no, not romance. We're going to the galaxies.
We're seeking adventure.
Yeah. What else, Molly? What else is on your list?
All right. I picked another crowd pleaser in 9 to 5. And obviously like our worker solidarity song. And so while my selection is not in theory a bookstore, it is the largest place to get books in Salt Lake City. And that is the Salt Lake City Public Library, a workforce that has recently unionized in the last year. So that was my selection.
Perfection.
That is so good.
So good. Oh my gosh. I love it.
That's incredible.
Ivana, what about you?
It's funny that you did 9 to 5 for the Salt Lake City Library. I love that. I actually assigned that one to Marissa's Bookstores because there's like, have you guys been to that place in Mill Creek?
Oh, yeah.
It's in a tire shop. Like it's giving like, I'm in overalls. I'm here to get to work. Like I'm clocking in. Like it has that kind of vibe for me. I love that. And I was like, yeah, we're working 9 to 5 here at Marissa's Bookshop.
And don't they have like a $1 sale that they do or something?
Yeah, they usually do like big sales. Typically like during the summer, I want to say they have like big boxes outside. I just love it.
Yeah. Well, when I was thinking about that, I was thinking of the song "The Bargain Store."
Yes, I was also thinking that.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so good. What else do you have, Ivana?
Okay, a classic. Here You Come Again, The King's English Bookshop.
Why?
It's just, I don't know. It just feels like coming home. Like that song is just so nostalgic to me, and it feels so cozy and like to me.
Ivana did this on
That's
Vibes.
A song about going back to a bad man. I'm going to tell you right now, I assigned that song to Amazon.
I don't know. I totally did this on Vibes. I was like,
the last line is, here you come again and here I go. It's like, you're like, Dolly, no, don't click buy. Leave the house.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So funny. Do you have any more?
Baby, I'm Burning, Under the Umbrella. Because I feel like they've got that fiery energy, you know?
Yeah. Love it.
And then I assigned Pioneer Books, Tennessee Homesick Blues, just because if you guys ever been to that bookstore, it's like, it's given real like.
I haven't been there.
It's in Provo.
Is it? Okay, that's why.
That's the one that at least I'm thinking of. Yeah, it's down on Main Street, and it has like this kind of rustic vibe that I associate with the Tennessee Homesick Blues.
Yeah. Okay, I also had Under the Umbrella on my list. I assigned Coat of Many Colors because I just think they're like kind of the activist bookstore. It's a very all are welcome here vibe.
I thought about for that one a bookstore that's no longer with us in its old version, but I did think of 1974 Bookstore because it's like a mother-daughter operation, as the song is so much about her and her mom. So I thought of that one too.
Wait, that's a really nice one.
Is that when the one they transitioned into the nomad?
Yeah, so they started as also like humble beginnings of starting like as a book cart. Then they had the brick and mortar. Now they're back to the book cart. So I think it's called the Novel Nomad or something like that.
Yeah. That's a good one. I assigned Tennessee Mountain Home to the Golden Braid simply because they sell wind chimes. And then my last one that I have, which is funny, is also Marissa's Bookstore. But the song that I assigned it is not a song that Dolly wrote, but a song that she sang very well, which is Harper Valley PTA. It is one of my favorite songs of all time, which is about a woman who gets a letter from the PTA that's basically like, we don't like the way you're raising your daughter. Your skirt is too short, yada, yada, yada. So she goes to the PTA meeting and absolutely reads them all the riot act and like outs all of their
oh my God, I
drama.
love that.
Like there's a line where she's like, oh, Mr. Baker, can you tell us why your secretary had to leave town? Oh, like Widow Jones, why don't you keep your shades pulled down? Because we can all see what you're up to in there, like whatever. And I just feel like when I hear the word Marissa, I'm like, that's people named Marissa do that. That's what you do. If you're like going to go read the PTA, the Riot Act, I just really think that your name is probably Marissa.
You know what I think is actually really funny? Because I was looking at Marissa's like origin story, and it's actually the little girl. The bookstore's named after a little girl who loved to read. Yeah.
Well, maybe it was her mom.
Yeah.
who went down to the Harper Valley PTA.
I have one more. The Book Box and Draper. I kind of I gotta be honest, guys. I did not listen to all the lyrics. Like I'm just kind of
She's going on vibes.
I'm going off of vibes.
Yeah. You're our youngest.
There were rules to how we do this.
Look, I was introduced to Dolly Parton on Hannah Montana, and that was my introduction. And I'm really showing my age there. But I assigned them Island in the Stream because I really love that song. I was listening to it this morning. It was really lovely. Actually, and I have to plug that they are doing, like, in honor of Dolly, they're giving all of their sales from their kids section to the Imagination Library until the end of August. So
cool.
Learning happens online now, and I think that's cool. There is nothing wrong with being connected. You just gotta stay protected. That is where Webroot comes in. The word cybersecurity seems intense, right? Like it's a big corporate problem. But there are probably a lot of devices in your own home moving lots of personal information around. So take advantage of back to school to set up a family cybersecurity plan. Webroot handles everything from identity protection and password management to antivirus. They'll block suspicious links. I am not too cool to admit that I've been scammed, I've been spammed all over the place. I've fallen for all of it. It sucks, and I'm ready for peace of mind. Go to webroot.com/audio and get 60% off today. That's webroot.com/audio to get 60% off today. Live a better digital life with Webroot. Nothing beats a tall, cold one on a summer day, and the Utah Beer Hop is here to serve. Utah Beer Hop is a traveling mini beer festival series hosted at local tap rooms. They're making 9 stops over 5 months, and each date has a unique theme: guest brewers, samples, and curated entertainment. You are just in time for the next one. The Wild West stop is at Two Row Brewing in Midvale and Wolf Dog Brewing in Sandy on August 29th from 1 to 6 p.m. I've never been to Wolf Dog, so this feels like a good excuse to check out something new. But here's the coolest part. There will be a free shuttle running between the two breweries all day. Break out your best cowboy boots. There will be live music, cool vendors, great food options, and lots of beers to try. Get all the details and a $5 ticket at utahbeerfestival.com.
Producer Ivana Martinez and CityCast Salt Lake contributor Molly Miloscia. It is back to school season. And Molly, you asked if we could talk about whether or not Salt Lake City is a college town.
Yeah.
Do you have a bone to pick?
Well, I don't
Are you
know.
going to be a Karen right now?
Maybe.
Yeah.
So the University of Utah is back in school. I don't know if this is just like me getting old or me like slowly turning into a boomer or a Karen or the fact that the university is growing rapidly.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like every year when the kids come back to the U, I feel it more and more every year. I feel like every year I notice them more places.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're spreading out more. They live like all over the Salt Lake Valley at this point. They've discovered the breweries in the Granary District, which are far from campus.
Yeah.
And so like the university is massive. I was looking into enrollment data a bit, but I think it does beg the question, is Salt Lake City a college town? What makes something a college town? And I'm curious what you guys think.
Yeah. I mean, we've all been through it where University of Utah students start going to your favorite bar. It happened to Twilight. I think, I feel like I never actually really noticed that the kids are back to school until I want to pop down to Cheers to You on a Friday. And I'm like, whoa, we're back to school.
I noticed at like the grocery store.
Yeah. The Trader Joe's down on 4th. Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I think I noticed it when there's like, it's the fall and football season is like full steam ahead. And all you see is like college students dressed up in red everywhere throughout the streets. That's how I know. I'm like, oh, the kids are back.
You're crossing on like 7th and 4th South, and every corner of that intersection is just like overflowing with people in red carrying chairs. Yeah. Well, okay, Molly, what is your definition of a college town? Like, what do you think?
I don't know. I think I went to college in a town that I would consider a college town, which is Huntington, West Virginia, at Marshall University, in which case, like, the college kind of is the town, right? Like, there's not much going on there without the school. And I think that's probably what people mean by college town. But I also wonder if it's like, does the makeup or the dynamics of the city like change remarkably when school is in session versus when it's not?
Yeah.
I think it's like, it has to do with like how the college culture exerts itself over the city, right? Like, I think you mentioned, Ali, like the kids at Cheers to You. Our city is so small that like a lot of the places that we go to like are just inevitably going to be like, they're going to be a good student population there, because what else are they doing? We're not a big enough city to be, you know, going anywhere else. Like, where else are people going, you know?
Yeah. I guess I feel like I have such a different experience. I never see them. I forget they're here. I forget that school's even up there.
Which is crazy, because out of all of us, you live closest to it.
I live closest to it, and I'm really pretty out and about. Like, I'm in the streets. For me, I think the barometer that I look at is housing. Because the place that I think a college presence is most likely to impact the community, frankly, negatively, is the housing market. And that's where I think we are, because you get onto the east side of the city and you see these houses and you just kind of know from the street that they're full of students. That's because there's randomly a 6-foot banquet table on the yard. Or just like hundreds of shoes overflowing from the porch, or it's loud. Like, there's one house in my kind of little block that's rented to college students. And from fall to spring, whenever the weather's nice, we all just like have to listen to whatever radio hits really, really loud until like 1 a.m. It's just sort of our penance so that landlord can landlord. And I think like there is really something to the University of Utah, President Taylor Randall. He has this dream for the U to not be a commuter school anymore. And as a resident of Salt Lake City, I am supportive of that. I am supportive of kids should be in dorms.
I kind of, okay, yes. But I also want to bring up, like, as, you know, full disclosure, like, I was a alum at the University of Utah. Like, I went to this school. It feels strange because I'm like, I don't feel that far removed from that time, but I feel like it was 1,000 years away. It is pretty freaking expensive to be living on campus. And so I understand why a lot of people don't do it, because I was a commuter. Would I have loved to have that college experience, like living on campus? Yes. And did I do it for like a brief stint before I was like, man, I cannot afford living on campus because it is so expensive. Also, yes. And I love this dream. Like, it's very romanticized, like, of having that college experience. And also the University of Utah does give like that feeling of being on a like full college, you know, university. It's in the fall.
It's a big
so
campus.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a massive campus. But I also don't think it's like that affordable. I was looking at their new building that they're building, because every year they're popping up with a new one, I feel like. The Trailhead, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
And it is like $12,000 for an academic school year, like baseline. That doesn't include the meal plan. And that is pretty pricey for a college student,
I guess. But I mean, it begs the question, how many of those students are paying that versus their parents, which is part of the reason that I think they can impact the housing market so much. Like, in smaller towns, like I also went to a college town that was in a smaller city. And we had to live on campus. You didn't have the option to live off campus until you were a senior, because people's parents were paying their rent. And so that meant that it would just twist the housing market into knots. If you suddenly have kids moving into apartments, they're competing with like, you know, a single mom for this unit, and their parents are like, we'll pay whatever. And so it can really drive up housing costs, actually, even though you think of student housing as, or you think of like the places where college students are living as being quote unquote like cheaper, or,
I think The U is interesting too because of where it's situated in the valley and the neighborhoods that enclose it. Like there isn't that. I'm used to like the college I went to. It was like the campus and the dorms, yes, and then all of the housing around it was like apartments and duplexes, and like there were all of these kind of housing situations that like were oriented for students, but like when you're enclosed by Federal Heights and Yale Crest, and like there aren't places in close proximity to campus like that. If you wanted to live off campus but close to campus and still like walkable, there's not a lot of inventory to do that either.
Well, and even if you live on campus, is the campus walkable? I mean, that's a question I have. I'm like, can you even walk around that campus? And like, I saw the University of Utah magazine publish this essay sort of last summer called Building College Town Magic. And I went ahead and Control F'd it for the word grocery store. And there was nothing.
There aren't amenities up there, I will say that.
No, but they do have these like sort of built-in, I want to call them like gas station esque stores,
like
built in,
convenience stores.
Yeah, kind of like a bodega. Are they overpriced? Yes. Do I think everything at college is expensive? Yes. Do I hear your points? Also, yes. I think the thing that comes to mind to me is that I'm thinking about the students who are like first generation, like that's my lived experience, who don't have, parents funding their education. And so like if going on to a full on campus, like living on campus, if that's like a requirement, I don't know how many people is that going to be a barrier to go to the university. And I think that's like part of the equation here.
Well, I'm interested in it being more expensive to live on campus than off campus because like I was also first gen. I had a scholarship. And so when I wanted to live off campus, that became more expensive. Is it the sheer cost of housing? Because you're saying $12,000 a year. To me, if you could get a place for $1,000 a month that's as nice and well appointed as, and maybe offers as much privacy as like some of the dorms do, that's a pretty good deal in Salt Lake City right now.
But I guess I'm thinking about like, students who maybe are like living at home, because I know that that's also a thing that happens here a lot, right? Like they're commuting into the U, they're living maybe like for the first couple of years at home because cost of living is so expensive. And my God. Yeah.
I mean, it begs the question, too. Like, I think commuter is a very catch-all term. And I think there are commuters that are like, I'm living at home. I'm living with my family right now because that's the way that I can do this. But like the university would also define a commuter as like someone who came from California and doesn't want to live on campus. Like that person is also a commuter. So I think there's a lot of nuance in this idea of commuter school and like, what does that mean? And who are we talking about? And what are we trying to solve for? Because those are two obviously very different situations defined by the same term.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think something that we're also seeing quite a bit of is like, I used to live in a house with like 5 other people near the University of Utah. It was kind of chaos. But that's kind of the living situation that you find a lot in that area, close to the U, not off on campus. And you're seeing more people fit into homes just because, people are trying to make things happen and getting to living situations. And it's not always the best situation, I would say.
We know that the University of Utah announced they're closing their Sandy campus at the end of the year. So that could also impact commuter students. They're building luxury dorms. I myself am very also wary, and I think I've heard this before in the community, of university sprawl. In part because, not to be the most boring person on earth, but they don't pay property taxes. And like,
they don't.
I am like, that is how we fund our public schools. And that is like how we fund our community needs. And so I also think these universities, like they get all these benefits as state institutions. They have to go contend with the Utah legislature and basically do whatever they're told. But I also think there's a lot of benefit to being a university, and I'm always wary of like when they continue to sprawl because there is a real weighing out of the benefit to the surrounding city versus not. Like, I think it's really fun to go to events up there. I think it's cool that we're like creating groundbreaking HIV vaccines in my backyard. I also think like I don't love when like they usurp some of our parks to build a new baseball field, because I'm like, well, that was our green space and now it's yours.
Yeah.
And now it's pay to play, So I think that when it comes to like the university actually physically growing out, there is often a lot of side-eyeing that happens.
I mean, and they've been pretty explicit that they want to continue to increase enrollment.
Yeah.
And like they're not shy about it or hiding it. And it's already like, I added up in 2025, it was like over 29,000 undergrad students, over 45,000 total students in all programs, and they want to go, go, go. So we have to put the people somewhere.
Yeah. You'll see them at your local Trader Joe's. That's why.
Yeah. They're down at the one on 21st now. So
yeah,
they've made it to the second Trader Joe's.
Producer Ivana Martinez, CityCast Salt Lake contributor Molly Miloscia. We love talking about food on this here podcast. What is the best thing you ate recently, Molly?
Well, I was just out of town for a wedding, and I got back into town and I was so tired, and it was like raining and storming, and I just wanted something that felt like a hug. So I got takeout from Sala Thai, which,
place.
yes, if you're unfamiliar, is in the Broovies Plaza.
Right next to Dr. John's.
Yes.
Broovies Plaza. Okay, yes.
But what I love to get from there is they have a really good, like pretty spicy green curry dumpling. That is like the perfect, like warm and spicy. And then I love a yellow curry. And I also love when there's potatoes in my curry. And sometimes those things do not always exist together. And they have a fantastic yellow curry that has potatoes in it. And honestly, I ate that and I went to bed and I woke up and I felt like $1,000,000. So it really hit the spot.
I gotta say, their food presentation is also so nice. I went there completely hungover after like a Halloween a couple years ago, and it has been my go-to spot ever since. I love their tumka. It's so
it's just, like everything there feels like a warm hug.
And it's always empty. Like there's like literally no one in there.
And I think it's like it's good portions for price too. Because Thai food can get spendy, but I'm always happy with like the amount of food.
Is that do you think because people are just getting takeout? Because usually when places are empty, they're not that good. But it sounds like their food's excellent.
Probably. I mean, I've been inside to get my takeout, but I've never actually eaten inside there. So I'm normally getting takeout.
Yeah, a lot of people take their food to go. Like I see a lot of like delivery people come in and out, but like. Oh, you'll always be able to get a table. And the food is great there. I love it.
Ivana, what about you? What's the best thing you ate recently?
Oh, my goodness. So for my birthday at the start of this month, we went to dinner at Chop Fuku in West Jordan. Incredible sushi. It's like in a old bank, I want to say.
Fun.
But it does not look like a bank. And I had incredible sushi there. I think it was really reasonably priced. It was beautiful. And it was such a yummy experience. I felt like I was walking on clouds afterwards in a food coma.
What did you order?
I gotta be honest, I don't remember that well, but I think I remember taking a bite of the heaven roll because I was like, immediately after, I was like, this tastes so yum. And I feel like I am on heaven after I took a bite of that.
Love that.
But we just ordered a bunch of rolls. They were all great. I cannot say enough great things about it.
I'm on their website and it says they do a roll and brew Sunday through Wednesday when you dine in. It's a hand roll studio and a matcha bar. Freshly crafted sushi hand rolls are made to order. Pair them with our premium selection of matcha drinks.
Cool.
How fun.
Yeah, it was
They know their audience.
so good.
Love it.
What about you, Ali? What have you eaten this month that was so delicious?
Well, I took an 11-year-old to breakfast for dinner at Beaumont Bakery.
Cute.
And he and I both discovered that you can get breakfast there until 8 p.m. every single day.
Who knew?
That's
I think I knew they were open that late.
I thought if I wanted to go out and eat breakfast after 5 p.m.
You have to go to D's.
I was right. It was going to be D's, the IHOP, No, Beaumont Bakery, breakfast all day, baby. The whole breakfast menu. They've got a special right now that is lemon ricotta pancakes
Oh.
We shared them. They're phenomenal. They come with a bourbon maple syrup, which is doing a lot of great work against the lemon. The other thing about these pancakes that I immediately noticed that made me proud and excited is that they're made souffle style, which something about me, I've had a lot of jobs. One of them used to be running the Whitford House Inn in Addison, Vermont, a bed and breakfast. And the woman who owned it that I worked for as her like inn manager was named Barbara Carson. She was a total legend. She was from St. Louis, and she taught me how to make pancakes. And she said that the only way to make pancakes is that you separate the egg whites and you beat them to stiff peaks. And then you fold them in last minute to your pancake batter. And it makes them really, really fluffy. And that's the souffle style. And that is how they are making these pancakes. They're super, super light. They don't have that like kind of thick, grainy feel that sometimes pancakes have. So good. Go get them. I think they're like just a seasonal summer menu item. So now's the time.
Wow. Okay. I'll have to add this to my list.
All right. Producer Ivana Martinez and CityCast Salt Lake contributor Molly Miloscia. So fun to spend this time with you. Happy Dolly Week. May your playlists be wonderful.
Thanks.
See ya, Ali.
All right, listeners, stick around because executive producer Emily Means is about to have a lovely sponsored conversation with Dr. Angie Canada, our official CityCast Salt Lake chiropractor. We love Dr. Canada, talking about how health insurance is quietly reshaping patient care from the provider's side of the desk.
Hey, it's executive producer Emily Means here with Dr. Angie Canada, a doctor and owner at Canada Chiropractic. Good morning, doctor.
Morning.
We are here talking about what's really going on with health insurance, care, and cost from a provider's point of view. And full disclosure, I'm actually a patient of yours. I have been for many years, so I couldn't resist asking you a bit about your practice as well. But let's just get into it about the insurance aspect here. You've been practicing in Salt Lake since 2012. Can you tell me what's changed about working with insurance companies since then from where you sit as a provider?
The insurance companies are holding all the cards. We used to have provider representatives that if there was a billing error, we could call. They could help us out, get it all worked out. But now we get people that aren't even in the country, that don't even understand how we bill insurance, reading back AI-generated responses. So it just takes days and days and days, hours and hours and hours to get those problems solved. They also set the insurance rates. You know, you'll hear the talking heads all the time saying that it's hospitals and providers that are charging too much, and that's why we can't tell you what your insurance bill will be. And it's not the providers, it's not the hospitals, it's the insurance companies that dictate what we get paid. So it's actually them that are dictating healthcare cost and not the providers or the hospitals. Both the provider and the patient are kind of held over a barrel, and the insurance companies hold all the cards.
Can you talk about it more from that patient perspective? I mean, I myself am a patient. Cards on the table. I don't always understand how insurance works anyway. It's kind of like a black hole for me. So it's not just providers feeling this frustration. Walk me through what happens when it's unclear what someone's insurance actually covers.
So we try our best to figure out what your eligibility is by going online, looking up your member benefits. But each insurance company has one website, but they only tell you basic information. Like if you have a high deductible plan, if you have co-insurance or a copay, based off of that and information, we can try to give you a best educated guess as to what the cost of the treatment's going to be. But because insurance companies have multiple plans, just like ice cream places have multiple flavors, we could have, one code will be paid by insurance B, but not by insurance A. So if you fall under the ones that aren't, we have no idea whether that code is going to be covered by your insurance plan or not.
I mean, Dr. Canada, not your place necessarily to solve this system-wide problem, but if you had any solutions, what would you suggest?
Write your legislature, get them to have the insurance companies be more accountable by bringing back provider reps and also eliminating pre-authorizations for basic health care.
Okay, well, let's take it back to what's actually happening in your clinic. Like I said earlier, I'm actually a patient of yours. I have been for many years. I've come in literally crawling on one instance after throwing out my back, and you've helped me stand up straight again. So for someone who's never been in, never worked with a chiropractor before, what's actually happening during one of these visits?
We're just restoring motion back to the restricted segment, whether that's a segment of your spine or any other joint in your body, elbow, knee, ankle. If it's a joint, we can move it. We're restoring motion back to that restricted joint. In like the case where you came crawling in, it was due to a facet syndrome is what they call it. And so there's the joints in your spine are called facet joints. And sometimes the muscles that go along the side of the spine fire out of sequence, and the joint capsule can collapse in on itself and get stuck in the joint line. So we need to free that segment so that that capsule can come out and the pain can stop and you can, go about your
Live
day.
my life again. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so crazy how it happens. Literally, I coughed and threw out my back. So it can
we never
happen
get
to
good
anyone.
Stories. Yeah.
I know. I wish it was something more dramatic than that. But I've also actually had a few massages at your office, which might surprise people hearing that, this is part of the practice at a chiropractor's office. How do they work together? And why did you decide to offer massages as well?
It's a musculoskeletal system. I actually started as a massage therapist and just felt like I wasn't getting to the whole puzzle. So I went back to school and got my chiropractic degree. So I'm a big advocate for massage, but it's a musculoskeletal system. I'm here for the skeletal side. Massage therapists are here for the muscle side. So it's a good pairing and keeps the whole system firing properly.
For sure. For anyone who hasn't experienced, the work of a chiropractor's office before, who is it for? Like, if someone's listening and they're like, I might consider doing this, who's that person?
Anybody that has restricted segments, anybody that's sore or stiff, even people crawling when they should be walking, we're here for those as well. 2-3 visits get you up over the hump. Then we suggest maintenance treatments after that, which is like every 4 to 6 weeks coming in for a tune-up. And that just keeps you going. And we also give you the skills at home to work with home care exercises and stuff, and everything like that will help you keep going in the right direction.
Yep, I've been doing my stretches, I promise. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat, Dr. Canada.
Thanks for having me. It was fun.
If you want to learn more about Canada Chiropractic or book a visit, head to canada-chiropractic.com. Thanks so much for listening to CityCast Salt Lake.
That is all for us today here on CityCast Salt Lake. We will be back tomorrow morning with more from around town. Take care.